Hi everybody, spelling this week. Learning intention is there. I am learning about spelling rules and patterns. We will be able to identify some root words and also some suffixes, and obviously we're going to be carefully spelling our words correctly. So we have done root words and suffixes before, so it will just be a revision of that and then looking at a specific spelling rule within a particular suffix. So on the screen just now I have got a word. Have a wee think to yourself, what's the root word here, what's the suffix here, and what is the prefix here? So hopefully you said law was the root word, un was the prefix meaning not, and full is the suffix meaning full of. So someone who is unlawful means that they don't have the law inside them, they're not following the law, they're not full of the law. Okay, here's another word. Have a wee think, what is the root word here? That's a tricky one. And what is the suffix? So the root word is beauty. Now you will notice that when we spell beauty we use a Y, but when we put it into beautiful we change that Y to an I. So being full of beauty, you are beautiful, so we change that Y to an I and we add the full. So the full suffix, when we see full as a suffix, there is only ever one L. When we write the word full just itself, I had a cup full of water, that spelling would have two L's. But when it is a suffix, it is only one L. So, medium list this week, on the board just now, we have got lots of different words that have a root word and then that full suffix. So we've got beautiful, careful, cheerful, skillful. Careful on that one. Skill we would spell with two L's, but skillful we only spell it with one L, so that's another tricky one there. Wonderful, dreadful, eventful, colourful. A lot of people spell colourful wrong, so that's a good one to have this week. Lawful and resourceful. The definitions, we should be okay with most of them. Resourceful, if you're a resourceful person, it means you make use of the things that you've got around you, you make use of those resources, so you're quite crafty and quite creative with what you've got. I don't think we'll have an issue with any of the other words. Obviously do look them up on a dictionary if you are struggling, or give me a wee message if you're not quite sure. So if you're going to do the medium words this week, the activities, underline the root and suffix in each of these words. Think of 3 other words that follow this particular pattern, so that have the full suffix at the end, and then rainbow words for your tasks. So if you're doing the medium, those are your tasks. We have another list this week and it is the cool list. Again, we have got full endings, but I have also added in, right down at the bottom you'll see 2 other words. We have got until and lentil. Similar to the FUL ending, if we hear till at the end of a word, it only has one L, okay? So the spelling rule for this spelling list this week is the singular L at the end. So we've got useful, helpful, careful, cheerful, joyful, awful, and then we have until and lentil. So be careful on those last 2, they don't quite follow the same pattern because it's an I instead of a U, but they do have the same spelling rule of only being one L at the end. If you decide that these ones are your words for this week, your tasks are there. So I'd like you to copy your words 3 times in your neatest handwriting and then complete diacritical marking. For example, if we were diacritically marking the word cheerful, we listen to the sounds. So the first sound is ch, the second sound is e, f, u, l. So those are the sounds there, so we underline the ch and the e, and then the other sounds are just sounds on their own, so they get a dot for those. Last task, you have also got rainbow words this week as well. Hopefully that's made sense, guys. That's your spelling for this week and next week, since they're both short weeks. See how you get on, post it to Teams later, and I'll speak to you all soon.